What's up, everybody? It's the Common Sense Investor coming at you with another video. And in this video, I'm going to be fact-checking the Clown News Network when they claim in their clickbait title and thumbnail how they made $10,000 in 7 days. Now, I don't know if they're doing that because they're trying to find a new strategy to probably get views from people, because you're going to click on it if you can make $10,000 in 7 days. That's pretty good. I like that. So I watched the video and they show the receipt. Here it is, that he sold 28 puts, cash secured puts, for $225, and that he made $6,281.23 premium on that trade. That money was deposited into his account right then when he wrote those puts. All right, so that money belongs to him. And he did make $10,000 because the trade went in his direction. But what would have happened if it would have went in the opposite direction? What happened if he would have sold them puts like he's claiming he done and made $10,000 and the price would have fell? What was his risk? Have you thought about that? Did they tell you about it, the risk? No. All they want to do in these clickbait videos that they make like this, and I mean all of them, how to make $5,000 in 10 minutes using the Bollinger Band strategy and shit like that. None of that works, people. And this don't work either. You know why this don't work? What he's talking about is the risk. Do you know how much the risk was for this trade? Well, he had two accounts. And on the first, where he sold 28 puts, he risked $67,900 to make $6,000. And in his second account, he sold 18 puts, so his risk was $43,650 for a total of over $111,000 at risk to make $10,000. So he wrote all these puts, cash secured, which means he's got the money in his account. So he's claiming that he had over $111,000 at risk in this play if it went against him, a 50-50 chance. Insane. And at the end of the week, if he wins, he gets to keep the $10,000. But if he loses, and you lose when the trade goes against you, if that price would have fell, he would have been on the hook and lost over $111,000 just on one trade. Risk management, number one concern you should have. Now, are you going to take $72,800 in hopes of winning 10? Do you realize that you could take $1 and go put it on a roulette table and get 36-1 odds? Way better than this. This, what he's talking about, is 72-1 odds. He risked $72,000. I don't even know if he's got that much. They're arguing in the chat over here that they don't believe he has that much money. And I tell them, yeah, he looks like he's got a little money. So I believe that he's got that to work with. But you can't compare that, number one, to a small account. And you can't use this receipt and show people how you made $6,000 without telling them what you were risking, $72,800. It's because we didn't have risk management, people. We are bag holding all of these meme stocks. Because if we would have known that the number one rule was risk management, when this mother fell to where it did, we would have stopped out and been gone and not lost all of our money. And I know people that's got $100,000, $200,000, and even $500,000 tied up in this AMC play. Ken Griffin just paid for a dinosaur skeleton with that money. All right, but he couldn't have done it if we would have exercised risk management. Now, I didn't. I'm bag holding like a son of a bitch on my AMC shares, but I'm not giving up hope. I'm averaging them down when I get the chance. And do I think that there'll be a squeeze? you got a better chance of squeezing lemons and making lemonade than you do AMC. I was talking to somebody on the phone. Will AMC run up to 100? No. They have stopped the squeeze plays, people. Y'all need to understand that that's bullshit. And what's even more bullshit is people who tell you how much money they made without telling you what they risked. Now that aggravates me more than anything, because you want to try to get people to join your $50 Discord so that you're not giving financial advice, but if you follow me, these are the trades I'm making, ha ha ha, and I'm rich as shit. No, you're causing people to write covered calls, because you promoted that, using their AMC shares. They wrote covered calls using their AMC shares, and the shit got called out on them, and they lost their shares. The shares that you were holding for 3 years, tight, never to let go, people fell for these videos talking about right covered calls. And when they run the price up a few cents, just enough to exercise them son of a bitches, you lost them shares. He said it one night while he was drunk. Oh, well, my shares got called away. You lost your AMC shares? You gave them away for nothing. Sad that when YouTubers who are telling you, oh, this is the best thing that you could do to make $10,000, don't want to tell you what the risk is. Number one thing, people, if you don't learn that number one rule, you cannot be successful in the stock market. Rule number two, we're going to talk about in just a few minutes, because I was in a play for 23 hours. I'm a scalper. I get in, get up, get out. And I got in, it ran against me, and I had to wait 23 hours. I implemented Warren Buffett's saying that the generational wealth comes from the impatient to the patient, and I had to be patient. When that shit was down like it was, and I was about to hit my stop loss, and I was like, oh God, just be patient. Rule number two. I'll break it down for y'all here. I'll let y'all know the truth. I show y'all, starting with a small account, $400, the gains that I'm making. And you look at it, and people are going, 80 cents, $1.76. What the hell? 74 cents, 47 cents. But let me tell you something, people. That all has added up to 9% gain, 10% gain, 12% gain, 13% gain, 15% gain in 3 weeks on my portfolio. All right? It's only $461. You're only making a few pennies. That's because I'm using risk management. I'm not going to go out there and drop all of my money on one play and hope that it runs the direction. And it's so tempting. I want to do it. But I can't, and I won't, because I understand risk management, number one. So when you see these videos of people who are claiming how much money they made off this millionaire mindset, all right, if you join my Discord, we made all these profits, all right, bullshit. They're not telling you what they're risking. You're getting in thinking you're going to make the same amount, and you're not. And if you do have the same amount, you need to realize what's the chance of you blowing your account up and having to start all over because you lost that money. So, know the risk before you get into it, all right? If you would have known that you would have to risk losing $72,000 simply to make 6 and 10, would you do it? If you do, you're a fool. And with that, I'm getting ready to do my update and tell y'all about all these wonderful little 49-cent profits that I made, and how at the end of the week I ended up my portfolio 15%. That's 5% a week. We're going to talk about that next. Love y'all. Be blessed. See you.